What is the most important decision ever made by a single person? Well, that is most certainly a matter of opinion. But today, I wish to present to you what I believe that decision is. Before I start the video though, I would like to express that I myself am Belgian. This means that I am biased towards my own country. It's necessary to recognize such biases when attempting to make discourse. At no point do I mean to say that my opinion is the only correct opinion. I'm merely making an argument in an attempt to convince you, the viewer, of my opinion. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 ushered in a new era of global conflicts and tested the resolve and decisions of world leaders. Among these leaders was King Albert I.
Ten eerste is Alberto!
The outbreak of World War I in 1914 ushered in a new era of global conflicts and tested the resolve and decisions of world leaders. Among these leaders was King Albert I of Belgium, who faced a difficult decision when Germany sent an ultimatum requesting passage through Belgium. This video briefly explores the events leading up to the ultimatum, the content of the ultimatum itself, the decision made by King Albert I, and the impact it had on the war. Prior to the ultimatum, tensions had been rising in Europe. As alliances formed and political rivalries deepened, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria in 1914 served as a catalyst for the outbreak of war. Austria-Hungary, supported by Germany, sought retribution against Serbia, leading to a chain of alliances and declarations of war. Belgium, a neutral country, found itself caught in the crossfires of German military plans. Germany sought to launch a swift attack on France by bypassing the heavily fortified Franco-German border. The Schlieffen Plan, devised by a German, now long gone general, Alfred von Schlieffen, called for an invasion of France through Belgium. On the 2nd of August 1914, Germany issued an ultimatum to Belgium, demanding passage for its troops through Belgian territory. The ultimatum specified that Belgium should allow the German army to pass through unimpeded, with guarantees of no resistance or interference. Germany justified this demand as a necessary strategic measure for the swift defeat of France. However, this was problematic, as Belgium was not aligned with either Germany or France. It was neutral. King Albert I faced an agonizing decision, whether to comply with Germany's demand or resist the violation of Belgian sovereignty. Despite Belgium's small size and the overwhelming military might of Germany, King Albert I chose to reject the ultimatum and defend Belgium's independence. The decision to resist German passage was rooted in several key factors. Firstly, Belgium's long-standing policy of neutrality was crucial in their national identity and international standing. King Albert was determined to honor this neutrality and maintain Belgium's sovereignty, refusing to bow to external pressures. Additionally, King Albert I recognized the broader implications of conceding to Germany's demands. Complying with the ultimatum would not only compromise Belgium's sovereignty, but also contribute to the success of the German offensive, potentially enabling a swift victory over France. King Albert I understood that such an outcome would have severe consequences for the balance of power in Europe and the ongoing conflict. Furthermore, the United Kingdom guaranteed Belgium's sovereignty, meaning that if Germany was actually to invade Belgium, that the UK who had been willing to join the war, now would have a casus belli. This must be the last thing Germans wanted. So King Albert reasoned that the Germans would not necessarily invade if the ultimatum was refused. King Albert I's decision to defy the German ultimatum had far-reaching consequences for the course of the war. By choosing to remain neutral, Belgium effectively became the first battleground of the war. The Belgian army fiercely defended its territory against German invasion, inflicting heavy casualties and significantly delaying the German advance. They also destroyed train stations and railways that were crucial to the Slevenplan, meaning that even if Belgium was beaten, the Slevenplan could not be carried out. The determined resistance of Belgium disrupted the German military timetable and forced them to divert crucial resources to overcome Belgian defences. This delay allowed France and its allies valuable time to prepare their defences and counter the German offensive. The subsequent trench warfare on the Western Front ensued, resulting in a protracted war of attrition rather than a virtually guaranteed swift German victory. The decision made by King Albert I to reject Germany's ultimatum holds immense historical significance. It symbolizes Belgium's unwavering commitment to its principles, demonstrating the resilience of a small nation in the face of overwhelming odds. The defiance of King Albert I and the Belgian people resonated internationally, gathering support and sympathy from around the world. Moreover, King Albert I's decision had broader implications for the war. By resisting German passage, Belgium contributed to the shift in momentum that prevented the realization of Germany's initial war objectives. The ensuing stalemate on the Western Front prolonged the war, allowing time for the emergence of new alliances, strategies, and ultimately shaping the outcome of the conflict. In conclusion, King Albert I's decision to reject Germany's demand for passage through Belgian territory was a pivotal moment in World War I. If the Germans were allowed passage, they would have been on course to win the war. The French were not prepared and would have been steamrolled before they could even mount a real defense. The war really would have ended by Christmas, or at least on the Western Front it would have. But they were denied, and fierce resistance in Belgium made them lose momentum. This dragged on the war for years, and in the end, Germany lost. But who can really say that they won?